可以了是吧
Hello, good afternoon. Today, welcome to our live show about oil distillation plant. Our subject mainly for waste oil, tire oil, plastic oil. We can refine it into diesel. Okay.
有声音吗？有声音吗？这个对在哪儿？对在这儿。打了，没事。
有买家进入直播间了。
Hello, good afternoon.
哎，又吹起来。
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to our live show. Today, our live show subject, mainly for waste oil distillation plant. So normally we can get more and more fuel oil in our daily life. So today we mainly have a technology to refine the used oil or fuel oil into diesel. Okay, let's have a learn. Today I'll show two of our technology. One is the traditional oil distillation technology. Another one is the new catalyst type oil distillation plant. Okay, this type is our new solid catalyst oil distillation plant. And this sample is mainly for 15 tons daily capacity. And we can get about 85% diesel, 10% asphalt, and about 5% about syngas. This kind of syngas is kind of fuel oil. It's kind of fuel gas. You can use it as heating fuel in our daily life. You can see the raw material. You can use pyrolysis oil, liquid oil sludge, used engine oil, used lube oil, used motor oil, and crude oil. Actually, all liquid oil, we can use it as raw material to refine it into diesel. And you can see, you can get such diesel like this, yellow light diesel. Okay, sorry. Please wait a moment. Okay, you can just get like this, yellow light diesel. And normally you can get about 80% to 85% diesel. Okay, then now we have many types daily capacity for your choice. We have 100 kilogram per batch, 500 kilogram per batch, 1 ton, 5 tons, 7 tons, 10 tons, and 14 tons. Actually, this 14 tons, we can also set about 15 tons, because in our actual feeding, we can feed about 14 to 15 tons. And this we called ton. TPD means ton per day. Actually, for the small machine, we just called it per batch, because every batch we can feed 100 kilogram. For this small machine, 100 kilogram and 500 kilogram, every batch we only need about 3 hours to 8 hours. Okay. We can see this is the actual project we installed in Malaysia, so you can have a reference. This is a 5 tons new solid catalyst oil distillation plant. we can learn our equipment advantages. It's high efficiency, easy operation, time and labor saving. Actually, in our technology running, normally you only need about 2 to 3 labor workers. It's very easy to operate. Normally you can feed the liquid used oil with a pump. This pump will help you to feed the raw material. Then all process is almost automatic process, so it's very easy to operate it. And we can have a look. This is the sample 3D variant. Okay, this is the distillation reactor. We use vertical tap reactor. This is the catalyst tower. For each reactor, we have a line of tower. This is the buffer tank. And this part, we have the cooling system. This cooling system mainly can condense the liquid oil into diesel. We can condense the gas into liquid oil. This is the oil color further removal system. Okay, this part is the temporary oil storage tank. This tank mainly to use in this line. So if you install this oil distillation plant, you also need to build a bigger tank to storage the oil. And this tank mainly work for this line. Okay. This part is a fast heating system. We can also call it heating conduct system. Okay, later we will show you the detail. Okay, now I will show you the details, whole process. We can watch it together to know whole process. Okay, this is the conduct heating oil. So firstly, we need to feed the conduct heating oil in the whole process. Because in our whole process, we need to keep the solid catalyst in a warm situation. And we will keep the whole process with a warm situation to make it sure this process can run successfully and save the running time. So this shows the conduct heating oil feed in the whole system. Okay, this is the fast heating system. This fast heating system, we use the tube. You can see inside there are many tubes inside. So we will firstly heat our heat conduct oil. This is the water pool. The water, we will use the pump to pump water in the condensers. The condensers can help to condensate the gas into liquid oil. So in our whole system, actually it is a recycled circle. And this is the reactor. At the beginning, this is the conduct heating tube will help the temperature rise a lot. At the beginning, there are some water or some very light oil. Then the light oil gas will flow into the buffer tank. The buffer tank will in some inspect to clean the gas. Inside, in the buffer tank, that is the filler, so you don't need to remove it. During our long heating process, we will get the oil. We will distill the oil, get the oil gas. The oil gas will flow into the buffer tank, then into the condensers to condense it into liquid oil. We can see the horizontal condensers can highly condense our oil gas into liquid oil. Inside, there are many tubes. In the tubes, oil gas flow in the tubes. Out of the tubes, that is the water, recycled water. And this is the water seal. The syngas will flow into the water seal, then back to the reactor as heating fuel to replace the oil. This is the catalyst tower. We normally use catalyst A and catalyst B, and beside of them, there's a ceramic bowl. Only, in our whole process, at the beginning, we will get very light diesel. That kind of light diesel, normally we have some clients give us feedback. They also said that it's very high quality gasoline, but it's very small part. After that, due to the high temperature, we get the heavy oil. The heavy oil will flow into the buffer tank, then to the catalyst tower. So at the beginning, we don't need to use the catalyst. Only the heavy oil, we need to use the catalyst. And this is the color removal system. Normally, if you use such device, we can get a more clear and more light color diesel. As this part is an optional device, we need to use the white clay. So now we just feed the white clay. Then after using this white clay system, we will get the very light color diesel. Okay, we can see. All our system is recycled system. There's the recycled oil pump will help the color removal system. After that, we also use a back filter system to filter it again to get the clear diesel. Okay, after we use the diesel to pump into a bigger tank to storage it. We just use a vacuum system to get the oil out. The oil will pump into the bigger tank. Then we will need to clean the white clay. After that, the white clay we can see we just turn on the shaker. Okay, then during this time we also have the flue gas. The flue gas we also call the smoke gas. This smoke gas will flow into the air, but before desulfurization tower, it is pollution. So now we use a desulfurization tower to clean the flue gas. The flue gas use 3 levels of spring tower. Then flow into the air. So actually this is the whole process of the new solid catalyst oil distillation plant. If you have more concerns, you can talk to our service manager. Then our sales manager will contact you to know more, to help you understand this process. Okay. Like I said, if you have more concerns or questions, you just leave message or you can leave your call. Then our sales manager will call you back to help you understand this process. And even if you want to get the quotation, we also will give you more clear proposal for your reference. And the second technology we call traditional oil distillation plants. This is the cost-effective waste oil to diesel plant. The same, we have 100 kg per batch, 500 kg per batch, 1 ton, 5 tons, 7 tons, 10 tons, 14 tons for your choice. Okay, this is a project we installed in Mexico, in La Paz. So we can have a reference. This is a 10 ton. This is a 10 ton oil distillation plant. Okay. Actually, this traditional oil distillation plant is very easy. You don't need to buy the catalyst from us, but you need to buy the acid and alkali locally. So in this traditional oil distillation plant technology, you need to add acid and alkali. So this is the reactor. This is the heat conductor oil system. We have vertical tap and horizontal tap, but now we mainly use the horizontal tap heat conductor oil, like the new catalyst tap, like this. Now we almost use this tap, but in old tap sometimes we use a vertical tap. This is a deduster system. This is the reactor. Catalyst reactor. No, this is the distillation reactor. This is the catalyst tower. Normally, the catalyst tower used in new catalyst part. So this is the new catalyst part. Okay. Okay, this is the small test machine. 100 kg per batch and 500 kg per batch. We can see this small test machine, we use a frame design. This frame design is easy to transport. You don't need to install it anymore when you receive it. You just need to find a flat land, then put the machine there. And this machine, for 100 kg, it can fit in 20 feet container. For 500 kg, this machine can fit in 40 feet container. Normally, this test machine our clients use in the testing their raw material before big project. So if you are the new one in this project, or if you are in the university to want to test it, you can choose such small machine. And you can see this equipment, the advantage mainly for free installation, cost saving, easy handling, and tests available. Okay. Our engineer team can customize your proper solutions based on your actual needs to maximize your benefits. Actually, if you have your special requirements, for example, you want to get 6 tons or 8 tons or anything else, we support customization, so we can best meet your requirements. We can see the cases convert waste to diesel. Actually, normally our company doing mainly focus on pyrolysis plant and oil distillation plant. The pyrolysis plant mainly can recycle tires, plastic, oil sludge, rubber, and so on into fuel oil. Then the fuel oil, after refining, we can get the diesel. So if you have the raw material, use tires with plastic, oil sludge, or with the rubber, that's fine. You can contact us to consider the pyrolysis plant to get the fuel oil. This sample shows our 50 tons continuous pyrolysis plant. Also, we have the batch type for 100 kilogram, 500 kilogram, 1 ton, 5 tons, 10 tons, 12 tons, and 15 tons daily capacity for your choice. After pyrolysis process, you can get the pyrolysis oil like this. This is also kind of the heavy oil. The heavy oil is also crude oil. We have the different names. So this pyrolysis oil mainly like this. It's black oil. So after that, you can use the pyrolysis oil, or you can use the liquid oil sludge, use the engine oil, or use the lube oil, or use the motor oil into diesel. To use this process, this technology is our oil distillation technology. Normally, the final product you can see diesel, asphalt, and also the syngas. Syngas, like I said, is kind of natural gas you can use in our industry area as heating fuel. Okay, then after we get the diesel or we get the fuel oil, where we can use them? So here we can give you some reference.
有买家进入直播间了。
Good afternoon and welcome to our live show. Now we are talking about the oil distillation plant. So if your raw material is used oil, used motor oil, lube oil, or fuel oil, it's no problem to refine such oil into diesel. Okay, now we are talking about the application fields about the diesel and asphalt. So we can see in our daily life, if the used oil, we don't recycle it, it's kind of the waste. And also we can see the medical waste, medical solid waste. We can also refine or recycle them into the diesel. We can get the clean diesel. Normally you can use in the heavy machinery, generator, boilers, trucks, tractors, also okay. And for the asphalt, normally we use the asphalt to pave in the road, or we just get the refinery. If you have questions, you can leave your questions or concerns. Then I will give you answers. Okay, here is waste oil to diesel plant profit analysis. This is only for your reference. You can research the detailed data locally and fill into these sheets to check how much you can get the profit per day. So here we just show one batch. For crude oil, if you get 5 tons, you need only heating fuel consumption only about 500 kilogram. Maybe much lower actually. For the water, For the water, there is no water consumption because we will build a water pool. The water is recycled. For the electricity consumption, we only need about 24 kilowatt per hour. So normally for 5 tons daily capacity, we need about 10 hours running time. So we can calculate it. And for the catalyst, here just shows the catalyst as a reference for US dollars 100. And worker's salary US dollars 100 per worker. So total cost. For the return, normally for diesel, we can get about 80% to 85%. So we can get about 4.25 to 4.5 tons diesel. For asphalt, we can get about half ton to 0.75 tons. And this is just for a reference. Like I said, you can research in your local market and fill your local data into this sheet. If you need this sheet, please contact our service manager. Then our sales manager will contact you and send you this sheet. Okay. And here we have some project cases for your reference. This is the 100 kilogram small test machine in Chile. And this one is also 100 or 500 kilogram small test machine in Brazil. This one is the 10 tons oil distillation plant in India. This one in Jamaica. This one in Mexico, 10 tons. This one in Vietnam. They install both pyrolysis plant and oil distillation plant. This one in America for one ton oil distillation plant and also pyrolysis plant. Actually, most of our clients, they choose both pyrolysis plant and oil distillation plant because the pyrolysis plant can easily to recycle waste tires, waste plastic into fuel oil. Then after that, the oil distillation can refine the fuel oil into diesel. At the same time, you can also collect some used motor oil or used liquid oil. You can use the same machine in the oil distillation plant to get the diesel. So according to your requirements, which one is easy for you to collect, you can choose the raw material. And actually, if you want to, we have some clients, they give us feedback. For example, today or this month, they collect the used motor oil. So they refine the used motor oil into diesel. And in the next month, they just they didn't collect the used oil. They just used the fuel oil. The fuel oil, pyrolysis oil, tire oil, plastic, that's all okay. You can feed the pyrolysis oil into the oil distillation plant to refine it into diesel. So normally, if which one is easy for you to collect, then we will give you more suggestions according to your requirement. Also, for the oil distillation plant daily capacity, our sales manager will match which one is more suitable for you. So just leave message, okay? This one in Palestine. This one is in China, in Yunnan. This one in Anhui, 10 tons oil distillation plant. This one in Colombia. I'm sorry. Okay, let's continue. This one, we just shipping it in Australia. Okay, we can have a reference. And here we have some customer feedback. We can have a look at our customers' feedback. Actually, when you receive the machine, we will arrange at least one engineer to your site, mainly to get installation, commissioning, and help you to do the training. You can get your workers to know our process. Our engineer will help you train your local workers. Then, when you feel no problem, our engineer will back to China. So here we have some reference. The customer feedback said our engineer is very good engineer. Okay, this one is one of our engineer, you can see. And this one is feedback from US. You can see. I put my trust in doing. So you can also trust us. Okay. Also we have the feedback videos about our machine running. If you are interested in the videos, you can also leave message. Then our sales managers will send you the detailed videos according to your requirement. It's more helpful for you. So actually, we have the pre-sale service. We welcome you come and visit our factory production workshop. Then we also have one-to-one equipment configuration plan. Plan the equipment placement set. This means if you are ready to place the order, if you also have the line drawing, we welcome you to send us your line drawing. Then our engineer will customize your layout according to your line drawing. It's more easy for you when you receive the machine and install the machine according to the layout. Then after the installation, after the finished production, we welcome you come and check the machinery. You can inspect our production. If you feel anywhere you feel there's problems, then we will help you to solve the problem and get your satisfaction. Then we will send you the machine. So normally, some of our customers, they will come to our factory to inspect the machine. But some of them, they just trust us. Then if you don't have time to come, we will help you to get the video call or take some videos or take some photos. Online checking, online inspection, that's okay. It depends on your requirement. Okay. After sales service, actually our machine, we have 1 year warranty. This warranty mainly finish installation and finish commissioning. Once the machine running, then the 1 year warranty start. So and at the same time, we can support after sales service forever. You will contact which one sales manager. The sales manager will reply your message or your questions, your concerns. We will at the earliest reply you and solve your problems. So anywhere, anytime, if you have problems, you just contact our sales manager. That's fine. Get equipment installation and commissioning. Like I said, our engineer will come to the site to get the installation. At the same time, when the commissioning, our engineer will training your local workers. You will know how to operate. So if you expand our machine, then you don't need our engineer come. You can install it yourself. Okay, this is our company profile. Actually, this shows one part of our factory. When you come to our factory, you will see this as our gate. Welcome to Doing. Actually, Henan Doing Group, we are a group company. We have many companies, not only for the environmental, but we also have the Jinrui Food Engineering Limited company. This company mainly have the business range cassava starch processing machine, sweet potato starch processing machine. You can have a reference. Okay, this shows our office. This is our main office in Zhengzhou, the central of Henan province. This is our engineer meeting. You can see almost every week our engineer have the meeting to talk about the technology, to focus on R&D design and other things. Also, our engineer will mainly come to the running site to check if there's problem, if there is a room to update our technology. So every week, our engineer will have the meeting. This is the inside the factory. Now we not only have the factory in China, we also have a branch factory in Nigeria, in Africa. So Africa friends, if you have the interest, we welcome you to visit our branch Africa factory. It's easier for you to visit. And this is our factory workers. This photo took in our 10 years anniversary in our factory. At this moment, we already export our machine to over 90 countries. So maybe in your country, we already have the case, project case. If you have problem or if you are new in this project, welcome you to contact our sales manager. Then our sales manager will guide you to start this project. And also, we not only have the engineer in China, in many countries like Mexico, India, and Brazil, we have the engineer locally. It's very easy to help you to get the after-sale service. Okay, here we have the certification and the patent for your reference. Okay, so this is the project report. Just have a brief view. Okay, just now we only show the new solid catalyst tap oil distillation plant. Now we can watch together about the traditional tap oil distillation plant process This is more detailed and clear for your reference. Okay, this is the whole version. Okay, and this is the indirect heating system. This is the reactor. This is the water cooling condenser system. This is the decolor and deodor system. This is the purification system. This is the storage tank. Actually, in our cases, in our many customers' feedback, the traditional type still very popular. It depends on your requirements. We can watch it. The same, at the beginning, we need to feed the conduct heating oil in the whole process. Then the conduct heating oil will fit in the reactor. Inside we have the tube to make our oil heating average. So the conduct heating oil will fit in the whole system. Here just shows the connection about the purification system. We can see the conduct heating oil will help to heat the used oil. Then water cooling condenser system. In the oil distillation process, at the beginning, we will have the small content of diesel or gasoline. That is very light diesel. So at that moment, it's very high quality diesel. You don't need to any process. You just collect it. Firstly to condense it into liquid oil, then just collect it. This is a small buffer tank to decrease the speed of the oil. This glass version, you can watch the oil flowing. This is the condensers. These condensers, inside there are many tubes. Inside the tubes, that is the oil gas. Outside the tubes, that is the water. The water is the recycled water. And this is a water seal. This water seal will avoid the syngas flow back. Also clean the syngas. The syngas can be recycled as heating fuel, used in our reactor heating. Purification process. This purification system is an optional device. You can choose it or you can just ignore it. This part mainly shows acid and alkali washing system. Firstly, we need to add the acid. Then we need to add the alkali. For each process, you need about 2 to 3 hours to washing diesel. Then this is the decolor system, mainly to decolor the diesel color to get the lighter color. And this step, we need to add some wet clay. This kind of wet clay will become into the shape like cookie. Then squeeze it to get the oil out. This oil, if there's some impurity, the wet clay will resolve the impurity. That's why we can get the clear diesel. And after that, we also use another purification, bag filter. After this decolor and after this purification system, we can get the clear diesel, collect it into the bigger tank. Then after that, we just get off the wet clay. This wet clay will consume about 5% diesel. It means if there's some impurity, it needs about 5%. So after this purification, we can get very clear diesel. Discharging system. This discharging system will mainly discharge the asphalt. This asphalt is liquid. You can use it to pave in the road. And actually, not every batch you need to discharge the asphalt. We have clients, they just decide the asphalt you can collect for 2 batches or 3 batches. Then you can discharge it together after these 2 or 3 batches ending. Okay, this shows the flue gas. We also call it smoke gas. The smoke gas, if you flow it into the air, it's kind of pollution, so we use the dedust system. Then the dedust system will clean the syngas, clean the flue gas, then flow into the air. Okay, so this is the whole process. If you have any questions or concerns, we welcome you to leave your message here. Okay, here we have the project report of waste oil distillation plant. Actually, just now we already have a clear reference, so now we can have a brief view. So, as we know, the used oil is very popular and common in our daily life. So we need more and more people come here to refine such waste oil into distillation to diesel. So normally you can see our raw material very common is plastic oil, tire oil, or used engine oil. This kind of raw material is very common. So if you collect such tire oil, plastic oil, or used engine oil, then that is totally no problem. Then after using our oil distillation system, you can get the diesel like this, like the photo shows. And normally you can use it in the farming machine, like tractor, trucks. And if you want to use it in ship or boiler, that's okay. Then we can show the process diagram. This shows the distillation reactor. Then this is the condensers. This is the oil tank. This is the acid tank, alkali tank. And after that we can get the this is the conduct heating oil tank, fast heating system. And this part is for the dedust system to clean the flue gas. This is the vacuum system. The vacuum system will get the clear and clean diesel. Okay, this is the control bandit. You can see some of our clients can get very clear diesel like this. After using the decolor system, you normally can get such color diesel. Okay, now we can see the advantage of our doing with the oil distillation plant. Firstly, we have the vertical reactor. Inside, there's indirect heating system, we also called heat conduct system, can make the distillation process fast and efficient. Especially for the asphalt. If we discharge the asphalt, it's very easy to discharge it without waiting. And the indirect heating will prolong the service life of the reactor. Number 3, after one batch finished, we will pump the waste oil into odor and color removal tank, since the reactor still keeps the temperature, so the other batch can be started. It means you don't need to cool down the reactor. You can just feed another batch into the reactor. It can save more and more time. For example, if you have one batch need about 10 hours, then normally if you want to, after finish this first batch, you want to keep the second batch, you can save many time. For example, 3 days. For 1 day, you can feed twice. Final products and output rate. Normally, we see the oil output of our waste oil distillation machine is about 5%, about 85% diesel, 10% asphalt, and 5% syngas. Syngas will be recycled as heating fuel to replace the oil. The asphalt you can use in paving the road. And this is the tire distillation oil analysis report, but this is just for reference. It's an old report. Now we have the new report. If you have the interest about this report, you can contact us. Then our sales manager will send you the update report for your reference. And you can have a photo reference about the tire pyrolysis. Tire pyrolysis oil is kind of crude oil. It's black oil. Then after using acid and alkali, if you use a small filter system, then you can get it's kind of red. It's kind of red or brown diesel. But after using the distillation, you can get the yellow diesel. Then if you use the distillation, the color system, you can get very light color diesel like this. So this is a higher quality diesel. For the environmental protection requirements, okay, this is the R&D technology. And if you have your line drawing, we will customize the layout. It's more clear with dimensions for your reference. How we do the environment protection? Actually, in our daily life, for the environment protection, we have 4 types. Firstly is the water pollution. Second is air pollution. Third is bad smell. Then finally is noise pollution. So due to the 4 types of pollution, we have the way to help solve the problems. Okay, our water is recycled water. For the air pollution, we get the dedust system. For the flue gas, we have the desulfurization tower. Then for the syngas, we can clean it. We use the odor removal system to clean it and recycle it. So we get no air pollution. For the noise pollution, you can see we only have the draft fan. That is a little noise, but it's under 5 dB, so it's standard. We have CE certificate, EPA certificate, and also ISO certificate. So that's all. If you have questions or concerns, welcome your leaving message there. Our sales manager is waiting for replying your questions. Okay? So have a good afternoon. Bye-bye. Our live show is all. Bye-bye.